Good morning, Sales Team Optimization pundits. My name's Glenn Guilfoyle and I'm the principal at The Next Level. Thank you for joining us here at www.salessystem.com.au, and we're back this month for the second in this two-part series where we're looking at the sales process and its parallel counterpart, the order to delivery process, or for those of you in the services side, the service fulfillment process. And we're taking this look the way the customer does. We're looking back up those processes through the lens of the customer as it sits at the output end of those processes, and as they look back up the processes and sit in judgment on their view of our relative business performance to them. So picking up on our takeout or segue point from part one where I finished off last month, and that's really the point that if you're really working hard and wanting to optimize your sales process, an integral part of that is to really ensure that your order to delivery or service process is as customer friendly and as streamlined as possible. Because that's going to ensure that you minimize what we often see in our studies, that being anywhere between 15 to 35% of the sales exec's time spent on the back foot firefighting problems and issues with the order to delivery / service fulfillment process on behalf of the customers. I also lingered on the point when I finished off last month that I see a great opportunity existing for many B2B heads of sales in terms of managing the sales function as a function, but also as a process. So what do I mean then by making this distinction with process? So if we turn to the teachings and writings of Michael Hammer, the superluminary of business process thought leadership, he simply describes a process as a series of activities that creates a collection of inputs, or takes a collection of inputs to create a collection of outputs that are valued by the customer. Many corporations manage their sales function as though it were some sort of an art form, characterized by the personalities of the day, the people in the team at the current time, and their associated chemistry and pizzazz and relationships and entrepreneurialism that they exude as they go about doing their business. Yet, strangely enough, walk up the corridor to the accounts payable department, or even walk out the back onto the warehouse or manufacturing shop floor, and you often see quite a different management style and approach where people and work in those areas are managed as processes. Why is this? So my takeout point number 2 is manage, measure and monitor your sales process as a process, just like the other business processes that run across the industry, where we somehow seem to think they are more process-like than sales is. So another manifestation of this kind of sales management mindset is in the kind of vernacular we often hear. Witness terms like hunters, farmers, minders, grinders, finders, keepers. You know, this kind of vernacular is almost universally focused on, again, the personalities and the personalities of the day as the current sales team looks and exists. Sometimes the terminology may extend to role type, but rarely all the way across to the sales process. Our view of the B2B sales organisation is that there really isn't one sales process to be managed. In fact, there are two parallel processes in themselves: a farming or an account management process and a hunting or a prospecting process. And we believe that the management of those processes is far more important than the categorization of any sales execs or individual members in terms of hunters or hunting and farming. Again, witnessed quips like, he's more of a farmer, or she's our Queensland hunter. So when we at the Next Level apply the principles espoused by Hammer and other thought leaders in process management, we arrive at the conclusion that the account management or farming process should be managed as such, a process, but in close tandem or in close parallel to the separate, albeit highly related, prospecting process or hunting process. And that both should be managed, monitored and measured as processes, irrespective of how the resources and the team members are marshalled and deployed in, and how many resources or heads are allocated to each of those processes or the team structure supporting those processes. So takeout number 3, recognise the validity of managing, measuring and monitoring both the account management or farming process and the prospecting or hunting process as separate, albeit highly interconnected processes. So that's it for this little pair in this little series. Happy process management, and we'll be back again next month. Bye for now.